Hey, gun people. Well, day 4 after the attempted assassination on President Trump, and we're finding out new information. Here is the Secret Service head explaining why that roof wasn't covered, where the shooter was.
When you saw the events unfold on Saturday?
Shock, and then concern, obviously, for the former president.
Investigators now trying to determine whether roof access had been properly locked down. The shooter climbing up seemingly unimpeded, about 400 feet from the stage, with a direct line of sight on the former president.
Should that roof have been secure, period?
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And so, you know, there's a safety factor that would be considered there, that we wouldn't want to put somebody up on a sloped roof. And so, you know, the decision was made to secure the building from inside.
Secure the building from inside. You mean there were Secret Service agents inside when a guy was climbing on a metal roof and nobody heard him? And you call that securing the building from the inside? Boy, Secret Service is taking big heat on this. So it's okay for the FBI to get up there with a hose and wash down evidence and to destroy the crime scene, but they couldn't get up there to secure it? Really? Some of these things cracking on a Secret Service are pretty damn funny. Slope roof, Greenville, South Carolina. Do not attempt this if you're a Secret Service agent. If you're building a house and you want to keep federal agents off your roof, here's some designs. So now the Secret Service is trying to recruit more cows for their Secret Service detail. Here's a new security design if you want to keep federal agents from approaching your house. This is too slopey for them, so it's too dangerous. They won't approach. I mean, how stupid do they think people are to believe that the reason they didn't have somebody up there was because of a slanted roof and it was dangerous to the agents? Are you serious? I agree with this, that federal agents may have a fear of roofs for other reasons besides the slant. Okay, I got lots of other new video to get to. This is kind of funny. This is the Dems when they see a SEAL team go in and one of the helicopters crashes or makes a hard landing. That's how it shut them down, and this is Trump after getting shot. But anyway, there's some really interesting new video and new theories of stuff coming out. Here we go. Somebody put this together, which was a pretty good demonstration. This is how Trump gets bad protection. This is how this guy gets good protection. Notice the difference of the response when somebody shoots.
Hold that in your head, it's bloody. So we gotta move too close.
Big difference. So their reporting is different on whether he drove his car or he walked. Evidently, CNN's reporting that he bought 50 rounds of ammo, a 12-foot ladder at Home Depot, and walked a mile to the rally with his father's AR-15 and the ladder in tow, and nobody noticed him or stopped him. That sounds pretty odd. However, his search history discovered that he did search this on WikiHow on how to sneak up on a building full of police snipers. So that's probably where he got the idea from. So this guy made a training video for the Secret Service.
I'm going to do a little test here to see if you guys can notice anything in my video. Okay, so pay close attention. We'll be right back. Something that's visible? Can you see this?
The Secret Service is such a joke. And all the boys in blue that were there backing up the Secret Service. So somehow the Secret Service is bragging that the shooter was on the roof for only 7 minutes before being confronted by police. I guess that's a good thing. That's a good timing. So when they got on the roof, they found this remote transmitter. And evidently, it says that he had a remote transmitter for explosives in his car. Well, I read another article that when the FBI explained explosives, they said it was remote control for fireworks. But it sounds better if they say explosives, right? Guy never searched. They have no search history. He has no internet fingerprint whatsoever, and they don't know anything that he searched or how he knows how to make bombs with electronic remote control. Interesting. At first, they said they found his car, they searched it, and they didn't find anything, and now they found the fireworks. They couldn't get in his phone. Now they got in his phone, and they didn't find anything. They've searched his house, and they haven't found anything at his house. No search history on how he knew how to make explosives and wire them and get the gun and the ladder and all that. He did search both Biden and Trump, I guess, appearances or events. So the FBI said Crooks drove his Hyundai Sonata to the event. However, this guy said they blocked off his street where he lives, and cops were messing around with a white van and then end up towing it. But the FBI isn't telling us anything about a white van, why they were scared of it, and why they towed us. I'm sure it's an oversight. I'm sure they want to tell us everything.
Right now, correspondent Alexis McAdams has an exclusive interview with the neighbor who shot this video of a suspicious van being towed away from the scene last night.
I couldn't tell yet. But okay, I'm going to talk to him right now. I'm going to bring him in. This is Billy Toma, Martha, who we've been talking to. We actually met him out there at the scene yesterday. He lives right near where this all happened at that rally. And you also recorded some video. As we see now, the suspect's van was parked right in your street. And they all kind of had it closed off, Martha, because they didn't want people from the rally to park on your street. So then you knew this guy's car wasn't supposed to be there. Walk me through what you saw.
So I came home a little bit before 5, saw a park there. Didn't really think too much of it. It was the only spot in the whole yard or the whole road that wasn't blocked off. So later on in the night, everything happened, and we got home, and we were sitting there and saw cops all lined on the street. So whenever we looked out, we walked outside and saw them opening up his vehicle and everything. When the cop opened it, everybody else jumped back and was trying to stay out of the way. Here I am worried about it blowing up or whatever's going on. So,
I mean, to find out that this happens and the former president gets shot nearly right in the head, almost assassinated across the street from your house, and then to find out that the gunman's car was possibly parked right in front of your house. How many cops are we talking about that were out there surrounding this van? And was there a license plate on the back of that van?
There was probably 5 to 10 cars out there, and there was an Arizona plate on the van. And there was probably 15 cops altogether, all outside of the van. And then, like I said, whenever the one opened up the door, the rest of them all jumped back trying to stay out of the way.
Did the police talk to you at all? I know you were out there with your son. Were you guys worried for your safety?
We weren't not worried, but yeah, we didn't talk to any cops or anything. They waved hello, but that was about it. So.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to us. So that's just.
Okay. What's the white van, and why is the FBI holding that information? So this is how close it came for Trump having his head blown off. This is an animation to what the shooter saw, the line of sight he had on Trump due to our great Secret Service DEI hires. And this is when Trump turned his head. Watch this. Sights are on there. He turns his head, and he gets shot in the earlobe. Wow. You talk about close. You don't get much closer than that. He's standing straight up, and he leans forward to look over his shoulder, and it gets his head out of the way. Man, this is almost like eerie close. So this is new release footage on, we're just seeing this today, 4 days later, on when Trump arrived at the hospital. Somebody was videotaping.
Somebody get that door open and back in with the back door. Okay, coming up in the emergency door, you are.
Who is that? Oh, sorry.
I'm just trying to. No, they're bringing them.
I want you to notice the crazy female Secret Service that comes out and draws her gun.
But I see all of the Secret Services.
Got her gun out. Not sure what to do, but it looks cool. And then she'll put it away again and can't find her holster.
Oh yeah, we're front row, and my friend saw blood coming out of his head.
Oh my God! Oh Jesus!
There he is. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is.
There he is. Oh, thank God! He's walking.
He's walking.
So everybody's pretty happy that he was walking in there. There's no other footage, but this is good footage that was just released. So this isn't new footage, but it's not in my videos yet. I forgot to include it on a first or second day. These are the people's reactions pissed off at the media for causing this assassination.
You! This is your fault! Every last one! This is your fault! It is your fault! This is your fault! This is your fault!
Oh, look at the police, the boys in blue protecting the media from hearing bad words. Yeah, let's put our hands on somebody. President's about shot because you freaking lazy cops are out there freaking eating donuts instead of guarding a building. And now you want to protect the press. Oh yeah, back the blue, people.
Your fault! This is your fault!
Yeah, good thing we had the police there to protect the media. For those that don't remember, when Kennedy was shot, all kind of information about Secret Service, inside job, multiple shooters, lying. Somebody saw the Secret Service agent fire a gun from inside the vehicle. No reports in there. Investigation. You know, all the things that we're worried about now happen. The only difference is everybody's got a camera now. So it's a lot harder for them to cover their lies. So everybody's been waiting for the Secret Service to get debriefed from the House Oversight Committee, and they were going to brief, and then Homeland Security stepped in and said no communications. This is shady. So Joe Rogan came up with some pretty interesting questions about this entire thing. So he said something stinks about the whole thing stinks of incompetence or design. Now, the Secret Service and the CIA and all these federal agencies, they do all kind of counterterrorism, counterinformation. They know what works on the people, how to make people forget. Remember, the JFK files are still classified, and they're classified for something like 65 years. And the old saying, those who have nothing to hide, hide nothing. Why are all the files with the Kennedy assassination still classified? And if you don't think Biden's going to classify shit that's going on now, well, you're crazy. Now, Trump will be able to unclassify it, but will he? I don't know. If he's elected. So here's the mistakes. No law enforcement were on the rooftop used by the shooter, which is actually stupid. But according to the Secret Service woman in charge, she said it was too slippery and sloped, so they put some people inside. Obviously, people inside didn't do shit because the guy was on top wandering around on tin roof with a gun and nobody heard him. When law enforcement was notified by citizens that there was a shooter, there was no prompt action on the rooftop. True. Local law enforcement failed to initiate active shooter protocol. I've got another article and video that they knew about this guy 30 minutes before the shooting. 30 minutes. I'll get to that. There's no apparent communication between law enforcement and the U.S. Secret Service. Police snipers on the roof used binoculars to track the shooter's position and did not warn the Secret Service. Did they warn him and the Secret Service ignored it, or did they not warn it? We don't know. FBI's doing the investigation. I'm sure they'll be totally transparent. Let us know all these answers. Police snipers under scope vision allowed the shooter to get set and shoot 6 rounds at Trump. I didn't know he got 6 rounds off. That's a lot of rounds. A police sniper got it in the scope, looked at the naked eye, and for sure the shooter had taken his shots and never looked down at Trump. Police sniper shot Crooks. No local police went up to the roof immediately after Crooks was shot to take away his gun and check his status. That's kind of odd. You'd want to know if he's dead or secure the weapon so he couldn't take another shot. Now, maybe the snipers verified it through their scope that he was dead and wasn't moving, but that's giving them the benefit of the doubt. All this, there was no active shooter protocol and no warning. I have another video to where they do get the car ready to get Trump in the car. So now they're also saying that the Secret Service was fully aware of the threat before Trump even took the stage. This is a huge problem. I mean, I think it was for Reagan when I was working in Secret Service, and we had, you know, they have a sheet of the people. They have like the 10 most likely people that's going to try to shoot him, and they put their picture out. One of the bus boys looked like one of the guys on the thing, and they had several undercover agents walk by him to confirm, I think that's him. And there was no talking. There was no nothing. We swooped in on that dude. He was thrown against the wall, thrown on the ground, handcuffed, checked his ID, questioned on the spot. No questions asked. Secret Service doesn't have any use of force rules. They got more use of force leeway than cops, and cops can kill a freaking dog with 3 legs and say they're in fear of their life. You don't think the Secret Service can kill anybody if the president's life is in danger? Of course they can. So the fact that they knew there was an active threat and they let him go out there, absolutely double, triple failure. So here is a video that we haven't seen fully. This is what happened before they tried to drive the car through the fenced-in area.
Service had identified as a character of suspicion.
They got alert. They know he's there. They're looking for him. He's got a rangefinder. They let him in. They were tracking him. They lost him. They weren't following him.
More than an hour.
And now they're in a hurry to find him.
Actually occurred. So they saw the guy and they identified this guy as suspicious. Now, more details coming from a source familiar here who was also in the meeting tells me that about 10 minutes.
Absolutely outrageous. Here's the one report. According to Fox News, Secret Service was aware of the threat about 10 minutes before Trump walked on stage, still let him street. Additionally, the shooter was identified over an hour before the shooting as suspicious because he was seen with a rangefinder and a backpack. Are you kidding me? Nobody could search or ID him or ask him nothing? Are you kidding me? Outrageous. So here's footage, 10 minutes. This says an hour. The cog on top said 10 minutes. Here's our shooter wandering around. Where's his backpack? Where's his ladder? Where's his gun? Why is he wandering around out there? He looks suspicious. He don't even have to have a backpack or a ladder, and he looks suspicious to me. Wow. This is another wow. The photo of the would-be assassin that's been circulated. Remember this picture? I keep seeing this picture. I never knew where it was. This is at the event. Secret Service took this picture. They actually took a picture of the dude and didn't stop him. Wow. Here's another little advancement in the investigation. So the parents somehow were worried about their kid an hour or two before the shooting. And they called the police and said they were worried about their son. Now, the police nor the FBI is releasing what the parents told them. We're only hearing that they were worried about their son. That makes no damn sense. What are you worried about? Where is he going? Why are you worried? He lives with you. He's only been gone for 2 hours. Why are you worried now? Why are you calling the police now? We don't have any of those answers because the crack FBI Secret Service is on the job. And we should back the blue. And let's not forget local law enforcement because they're just as in on it as everybody else. Here we go.
We have just learned that the Trump rally shooter, Thomas Crook's parents, were looking for him in the hours leading up to the shooting. We're now told they eventually called law enforcement to report that Crooks was missing, and they were worried.
Missing.
And they also were told, those parents, are now being cooperative now with authorities, but they gave them the heads up that something's going on with our son. We are worried. We don't know the texture or the details of their concerns. So in other words, well, were they worried that he had a gun? Were they worried? What were they worried about? Were they worried that he was going to try to attempt to kill a sitting president and then go ahead and turn into an assassin and kill another person and injure 2 others? It was an attempted assassination on Trump, but he managed to murder anyway. Are we talking about that? What were they giving the cops a heads up about? This is the first time we are hearing this. We'll stay on the story and we will bring you the details, updates as we get them.
So this really, from an investigative standpoint, absolutely tells me the parents knew something wasn't right. He either made comments. Remember, he took off work and the parents were worried enough to call the police. So the things that they're going to be looking for is how many other times has the parents called the police on this guy? My guess is 0. They're also going to be asking if the dad bought the AR, where was it kept? Why didn't they know? When they were worried, did they check? Was the gun gone? Do they know where he went? Did they know he was upset with Trump? These parents, they're saying parents are being cooperative. I'm going to guess. I'm going to make a prediction. The parents are going to get caught lying to the FBI and they're going to be arrested and charged for lying to the FBI. That's my prediction. I'm not really 100% on the conspiracy that somebody was behind it, but it does seem awful coincidental that all things fell in line. A 20-year-old with 0 bomb or special forces or military experience was able to build a bomb with a remote detonator, sneak a rifle past Secret Service, gain access to the rooftop across from the president, and shoot him with zero help from anybody. I know everybody's going to be screaming it's not a conspiracy, Rick, but it sure does seem like a lot of things fell into place perfectly. And let's not forget, the shooter was in a BlackRock commercial. High power, lots of money, and this guy just happens to end up in a BlackRock commercial. I'm sure there's nothing to see here. In all the videos I've seen, it's like everybody's screaming and yelling. He's got a gun. They're pointing at him. They know he's got a rangefinder. They're already looking at him, and they let Trump go out there and talk with this guy running around, and they don't know where he's at or what he's doing. I'm sure it was just an oversight by our crack Secret Service. So they did confirm the Secret Service agent in charge was on the ground. The commander was aware of the threat and allowed the president to take the stage and was on the phone with their command center at the moment a bullet impacted the president's head. So he knew about it. He let him out there. Not to mention he had cops inside the building the guy was crawling around in. Perfect. Nothing to see here, people. Trust the FBI and your government. They'll keep you safe. Here's a new angle of the shooting from a different spot.
My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Some people stayed standing up. Some people ducked. Different reactions.
Get down, get down, get down. Hey, get down. Get down. Get down, guys. Holy shit. No fucking way.
If you look real close, there's a little ant right here carrying a sign, Trump 2024. You have to zoom in.
Oh, are you ready? On you. Move.
Down, down. Someone shot. Someone shot. I'm good. Check. Somebody got fucking hit. Somebody got shot. Get down. Get down. You're fine. Get the fuck down. Get down. Stay down. You hear it again? Go in the fucking opposite direction of this thing. You hear me? Stay down. Again, going opposite direction. Somebody got shot over here.
So here's just a little pro tip. If you get shot when somebody's shooting at the president, nobody cares about you. Until the president gets out of there and things calm down, even after that, they probably don't care much about you. But that's just a little pro tip.
Get down, get down.
Now this guy looks awful calm. He doesn't have his gun out. And this guy just got shot. No gun out and very calm. Look at this guy walking around like nothing happened. That's very odd to me.
Somebody shot. Who's shot? Who's shot? Somebody shot. Somebody's been shot. Medic! Medic!
Oh, you need somebody to help come with him?
Good.
Way up there?
Where we gotta go? Where are we?
No, we got cops back there.
Get up! Clear the way!
Clear the way!
coming that way. There is no place to open on there. There's nowhere else for us to go.
Okay, in a crisis, there's always going to be people yelling directions and what to do. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know you're responsible for your own safety. You should already have a plan. You should have an exit. Don't necessarily go with the crowd. Separate from the crowd. Go your own way. Seek cover. Seek protection. Seek your car. Seek a weapon. Don't listen to people yelling instructions, whether it's the cops, the feds, or people in the crowd. So here's a different angle of when the shot was fired. This Secret Service agent does the right thing. There's always people that are designated if something goes wrong. Cars backed in, ready for the evac. They got the motorcade. If there's something goes down, the plan is evacuate the protectee, get him to the freaking car, throw him in there, and take off. So this is the armored car that they're going to plan to put Trump in and get the hell out of there. And this guy does a good job by opening the door, but nobody else does very good. Here we go. He's expecting him to run and load him.
Love you, Trump. Yeah.
Oh, I never saw him. He had his fist up all the way into the car. Good for him. Yeah. Secret Service right here is pissed off. They're like, Mr. President, you're sticking your head up above ours. You're making yourself a perfect freaking target. Get in the damn car. I told the story a few times when I was guarding Al Gore, vice president in San Francisco. He walked out of the house. He's supposed to go this way. We've cleared the route. All the cars are cleared. They've been searched. We're standing by. We got everybody out there. He's going to walk out of this house, walk down and get in the car. He walks out and turns the other way and starts walking the other way, shaking hands with everybody that we haven't cleared and the area isn't cleared. And when they do that, all you can do is put like a roving mobile perimeter around them, and you just kind of like circle him, and wherever he goes, you just kind of keep distance between him, and you're trying to pick out threats. Now, the odds of a threat when it's unplanned is less than when it's planned. So, but anyway, once again, we've got all the Secret Service and all these cops, and everybody's supposed to be looking for a threat, and now we know, they know there is a threat. They know there's a guy with a rangefinder. They can't find him. They took a picture of him. And with all this information, this guy filming says, I wonder why the cops are running. And nobody else grabs Trump off the stage.
Uh-oh. Where are they running to?
Where are they running to?
Thank you, Trump! 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 Thank you, Trump!
So, if your protectee is out in the open and is vulnerable, and you have cops running around chasing an active threat, or even if there's a threat that you don't know where he's at until you find him, he comes off the stage. So we got some technical difficulties, and you secure him in the armored car until you find the threat. I mean, the incompetence and failure of the Secret Service is so astronomical that people that doesn't work or don't understand it, they don't realize how bad this is.
Oh wow, where are they running to?
Now, some people may not find this that odd. This is very, very odd. Multiple people with a lot of money shorted Trump's Truth Social stock. So his stock is here, and they shorted it, predicting it to go down. And had he been killed, Truth Social would have went dead, because without Trump, Truth Social is nothing. So who shorted and who planned on making big bucks, and why did they short the stock right before the assassination attempt? This screams of conspiracy or prior knowledge. Could it be a coincidence? Maybe. They did the same thing on 9/11, and a lot of people made a lot of money after those planes hit those towers. And the government told us there was nothing to see here and everything was fine. This is a pretty interesting little development. So I guess this is the house where he lives, and they were probably searching it. And, of course, they're still interviewing people from the left that still were upset that Trump wasn't killed.
What was your thoughts about the assassination attempt?
They missed.
They missed.
They missed.
He
should have died. He's not good for this country, and he never will be.
Wow.
Ever. He's the worst person that could be ever in politics. He's not even a politician.
So you're disappointed that...
This guy's, he's not even a politician. He thinks that's a good thing to be a lying politician. What an idiot.
The shooter missed Donald Trump.
100%. 100%. No, nothing. He should have died. She doesn't like him as much as I do, but she's a little more sympathetic to people dying.
Do you think that the shooter was justified?
He did what he wanted to do.
Do you think it was justified? Like, do you think
in his eyes, I'm sure it was. But you know what? Since he missed, I can guarantee you there's going to be 100 people that are going to try to not miss.
Would you support that?
Yeah, 100%. He doesn't need to live. He doesn't need to be a president.
Now, to be clear, I don't think this guy ought to go to jail for saying that. I don't think he ought to be arrested. I believe in free speech, and if somebody says they want the president dead, or I don't care. Words are not actions, and I don't care what people say. And I think it's sad when the government starts figuring out ways to charge people for what they say or what they think. So I do not want this guy arrested for saying this. I actually like it better when people can talk their minds so I know where they stand. I got no problem with this guy thinking this way. We ain't going to be friends. We ain't going drinking. And we're going to be on different sides of the freaking war line if civil war hits. But he has the right to say what he wants in my book. I thought this was funny. Somebody may think it's in poor taste, but I thought it was pretty funny. Rick, you can't laugh at that. Well, I just did. And, of course, there's all kind of great pictures about this crack Secret Service woman all over. And this is how the Secret Service is searching people going into the rally. Crack Secret Service right here. Good search. You're clear. Go ahead. No wonder they missed a guy carrying a ladder and an AR-15. Here's another guy that wants Trump dead, and he says some things and he gets kicked off or demonetized. I don't think he ought to be kicked off, and I don't think he ought to be demonetized. He can say what he wants. I promote free speech. I don't agree with him. I think he's an idiot and a dumbass, but he should have the right to say it.
Fuck it. Fuck the dude, the firefighter guy. Fuck Trump. Fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, you don't, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, you know, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am. 100%.
Okay. Free speech. You may not like it. I think he should have the right to say it. So this woman posted that she was sorry that they missed his ass or something. And somebody found out she worked at Home Depot and went and confronted her. And they posted a video and Home Depot fired her. Now, I agree with Home Depot's right to fire an employee if it doesn't represent them. But I don't think she should be in criminal government going after her for what she said.
Darcy Waldron?
Yeah? I was Waldron, yeah.
Okay, from Cayuga. And you think that the shooter should have been a better shot? Is that what you posted on Facebook?
I am at work.
You think that the shooter should have been a shooter, huh?
I am at work.
Yeah, I think that's pretty messed up. Pretty anti-American if you ask me. As a veteran, I'm disgusted. What have you provided to this country? Huh? I'm sorry. This is...
Okay. So this guy had a right to confront her. Home Depot had a right to fire her, but I do not believe that the government should be going after her. I've seen this report in 2 or 3 different places. Evidently, Pittsburgh motorcycle people helped people in the stands or something, and their bosses were pissed because they weren't there to help anybody. They were there for traffic control, which is probably why they let the guy run around with a ladder and a gun to kill Trump, or to try and kill Trump. Transferred. So when a motorcycle cop is transferred, people that ride motors is considered good cop duty. You get to do special events. You get a lot of overtime. You get extra hazard pay. And you get to write a whole bunch of tickets. You don't have to fight with people and search houses and do anything. I think it's pussy patrol if you ride a motorcycle and just write tickets. But there's a lot of cops that like it for the benefits. Normally you work Monday through Friday when traffic is worse. You're off on the weekends. You get a lot of good special duty, escorting VIPs, going on funerals, things like that. You get paid time and a half. So motorcycle cops usually make a lot more than regular cops for all their overtime. The agency knows that, so if you piss them off, they're going to kick you out of motors, which they did. And this doesn't really concern Trump so much as I knew that Biden would come up with an excuse not to do the next debate. I didn't know how they would get him out of the debate, and he's not out of it yet, but he's canceling his appearance.
For patience and understanding. Regrettably, I was just on the phone with President Biden, and he shared his deep disappointment at not being able to join us this afternoon. The President has been at many events, as we all know, and he just tested positive for COVID.
So he's 80 years old. He's tested positive for COVID. It's going to kill everybody. He's probably triple, quadruple vax, or maybe he's never got the vax. And maybe he doesn't have COVID. Maybe they're just lying to cover up for his senile and his Parkinson's and his other medical issues. Rick, you're a conspiracy theorist. Whatever. Crazy people, believe what you want. And that's it. So that's the news update for day 4 after the attempt on President Trump. I'll try to do one tomorrow if we have new information. Y'all have a good one.